Hello, 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 everyone. This is your girl Shanidra with Beyond the Cover. Yes, where you will discover exactly what it is and what it's gonna be. Now, as you can see on me, I have my Amore Too Classy boutique dress on, and also behind me we have our. This is not clothing. This is actually a bathing suit. So we have this bathing suit right here for you. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. I'm gonna take it down so it can be found. Now, as you can see, this is one of our Amore Too Classy Boutique bathing suits. This has like the swim shorts. This is like a romper. So this is the back of it. And I paired it with one of our shower caps, swim caps. So this one I felt like matched it almost to the T, but not really. And you can be cute and classy at the pool. So you're not showing it too much. And when you have to make sure your hair is straight, you have this beautiful bow swim cap to match. So that's all you need to know on that. Now I'm going to show you our More Too Classy Boutique catalog. This is our new catalog. Now this one is not 50% off because it is new. But this one has our swimsuits and our jumpsuits in them. We also have our Destined magazine available for you to see who these people are destined to be. Now you can learn more about this young lady and her business as well. Now, before we get into the topic of today, I'm going to play the Amore Too Classy video and then the video to show you how to view the show, as you know. So, here we go.
Honey, see me. Behind my game boy, I got game girl, it comes easy.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
All right. Now, before I break it down, the title of today's show is God will have what you're looking for right in front of you. Like literally. You're looking everywhere else, but right in front of you. When I tell you, let me tell you something. So now I get revelation out of everything. So yesterday I was looking for my face wash. Now I wash my face every day and night. So I couldn't understand for the life of me why I couldn't find my face wash that I just used last night. Why is it not available this morning when I always use it every day? Like it does not make any sense. I'm looking everywhere but in front of me. I mean, everywhere. I'm getting frustrated. I'm just looking for my face wash. I look in my tub. Now, mind you, I'm standing at my sink, and in the I'm gonna tell y'all where it was at in a minute. So I'm standing at my sink where I'm ready to wash my face. I look into my tub. It's not in there. I look everywhere. I'm looking into my containers that I have in my bathroom. Everything like, where the heck is my face wash? I mean, that's all I'm trying to do is wash my face. The very thing I'm looking for, I cannot see. I see everything but what I'm looking for. So I'm like, okay, forget it. I'm getting frustrated. Let me just move on and just do what I need to do. Let me just go ahead and just brush my teeth. But I normally put the face wash on my face first. And then while it's sitting on my face, I brush my teeth and then wash my face so I can wash all of that off. But nah, couldn't find my face wash at all. So I'm like, okay, this is strange. This don't make any sense. Now I'm looking like at my kids all suspicious. Like, did they touch my face wash? Always messing. I'm just thinking, I didn't say nothing to them, but I'm thinking this, like, where could it possibly be? So I'm brushing my teeth thinking like, okay, this is confusing. I'm frustrated, just brushing my teeth, gargling. Put my toothpaste down and I put it in front of me. Well, soon as I put my toothpaste back, but I put it in front of me, guess what was right in front of me? Right there. I mean, I'm standing at the sink and it's on the sink right in front of me. I'm looking everywhere above and beyond it, looking around it, everywhere but in front of me. It was right there. So I was like, what in the world? Like, this is crazy. I was sitting here looking everywhere but right in front of me, getting frustrated because I don't see the very thing that I'm trying to see. And I'm like, what in the world? I'm looking at familiar places where I would think that it's at. But God said, no, sweetheart, it's not going to be there. You keep looking everywhere but right in front of you. And I'm like, wow, that is a revelation. We get revelations out of everything. I mean, every little detail. So I'm like, okay, Lord, what are you trying to tell me with this revelation? I mean, I've been looking everywhere and it was right in front of me this whole time. Like, I was so frustrated because I have really been trying to find it. I'm like, where is this at? The very thing I'm looking for. Like, why I can't find it? Like, this don't make any sense. And God was like, that's in everything. He said, I be having stuff right in front of you, in your face. In your face. But you want to look everywhere but what is in front of you. You can't see what's right in front of you. I mean, you looking everywhere but. So it's not going to be in the familiar places of where you think it is. Because I looked because as I said, I wash my face at night too. So, I'm looking in the tub thinking, oh, it got to be in there. If it's not in here on the sink, it got to be in my tub. It got to be it has to be in here. This don't make any sense. Like, I'm so flustered because I don't understand why it's not where I think it should be. I mean, I'm looking everywhere. Because I'm like, where else could it be? This don't make any sense. Oh my gosh, I've looked everywhere but in front of me. I looked everywhere else but right there. I mean, come on. So, I was so flustered just from looking for my face soap. Just face soap. And I got a revelation out of that about my face soap. That the very thing that you are looking for is right there. It's like literally in front of you. And you are looking everywhere but what's in front of you. God said it's right there. I got it in your face. In your face. So you keep looking everywhere else, you're not going to find it. It's right there. You need to look. Look forward. Keep looking everywhere else in the familiar places that I've taken you out of. I didn't put it there. Why would I put it somewhere I have delivered you from? But you want to go back to the old ways and go back to what is familiar. No, you better go into the unfamiliar. It's going to seem strange. And you ain't going to have nobody else to blame but yourself because you can't see what's in front of you. Because you want to look back. You want to retract instead of going with the facts. And the fact of the matter is, what he has for you is right in front of you. That gift is inside of you, is right here. Like you're looking everywhere but here. You're like, what are you looking for? I'm right here. You keep looking everywhere for God, and I'm trying to find God, and I'm trying to feel like I'm right here. I'm right in front of you. What you can't see? I know you can't see me, but I'm right here. Quit looking everywhere but here. Quit looking everywhere but his word. You want to look everywhere but his word. They don't make any sense. They don't make any sense. You want to get revelation from a sorcerer or somebody outside of God and get a revelation, and you want to get your life story from everybody but the person that is the author of your story. They don't make any sense. All we have to do is go to God. And then the thing that we're looking for is right here. Right here. You're looking everywhere else, and he's like, it's right here. It's me. I got it. I'm right here. He's like, I have not left you. You left me. You're going to all these different places but me. And you can't see that it ain't helping you to be who you're destined to be. You looking everywhere but. Oh, they said if I do this, then I'm going to make milk. Again, it's all about you and what's going to help you. And you wonder why you haven't improved. Nothing's improved. No, because they lied to me. No, they didn't lie to you. You just fell for the fool. You was foolish. You didn't have a clue. You didn't know what to do. And all God is saying, all you have to do is ask him. He is the author. He knows the plans that he has for your life. Why are you going everywhere but God? He's right here, right in front of you. Our problem is we keep looking everywhere but. And God is like, and then you wonder why. When you decide not to abide by his word and do what he tells you to do, why stuff don't go your way. Because you've been led astray. You've been led left field. He told you to go right, but you want to go left. No, because that's too much. I'm not about to be going through all of that. And I need to know. I need to know when I'm going. No, you're not going to know because you're supposed to be led by him. You're not in control. Whether you think you're in control or not, you're not in control. Period. If you haven't learned that as an adult, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, if you still think that you're in control, I wasn't even in control. I thought, oh, well, I pretty much have everything under control because I had lived on based on income. So I'm thinking, if anything happens, I still got control. Me and my kids will be safe. And we'll be straight and nothing, And then I got a job. I can make sure that I supply. And I'm not the supplier. I'm not the provider. God is. If we didn't learn that during the pandemic, I don't know what else to tell you. Who was taking care of you? Who made sure you ate when there was nothing to eat? Who was paying your bills, sweetheart? He made different. I mean, we've never heard of COVID relief and all this stuff. That was God. They didn't want to. They was fighting not to give us no money. They didn't want to give us nothing. They wanted us to be parched and desolate. And God was not going to let our pleasant vineyards become parched and desolate. But you cannot continue to be a fool and not have a clue when he's right in front of you. He's right here. Go to God. You can't manifest nothing, sweetheart. Period. Stuff is not manifested by Shanadra. Stuff is prayed for to God to manifest what is blessed in front of you. But I didn't manifest this stuff. I can't speak stuff and it just happened. I have to be, number one, obedient. He rewards you for obedience to him, not this world, not doing the things that they tell you to do. You looking everywhere but what's in front of you. They don't make any sense. Oh, I'm going to go here and ask them because you don't want to talk to him. You want to ask them and everybody else, do you get stressed and not blessed and wonder why everything's getting taken from you? Now you don't have a car. Now you don't. Now this taken. Now that taken. And now you're like, what? I did what you. No, you're not. You're not. You're halfway in and you're halfway out. You're either all the way in, like we tell our kids. You either stay in or you get out. Go outside. If you're going to be outside, be outside. You're not going to be running in and out. So that's the same thing with God. You're not going to be running in and out. You're either in or you out. No lukewarmness. He will spew you out like he told you. But if you read his word, you would know all of this stuff. You don't have to listen to me. I told you again, and I'm going to keep saying this, Leviticus, the 26th chapter, tells you what he sees as obedience. When you don't idolize nobody, that's the number one thing he said. Leviticus, the 26th chapter, verse 1. You read that, he said, you should have no idols. You should worship nothing other than. So these crystals and stuff, he speaks of all of that stuff. You can read it. You don't need the crystal. You don't have to speak to this crystal. You don't have to sage bad energy. He will get all that bad energy, all them bad people away from you, period. People you think you need don't need. You don't need. Period. You don't need crystals. You don't need to worship nothing other than God. Period. So you need to decide on today whom you're going to obey and pray to. So you can continue to look everywhere but what's in front of you. You can continue to go here and go there and do these tarot and think that they are your hero because they telling you what you want to hear. But see, you don't need to hear what you want to hear. You need to hear what you need to hear. And what I'm going to tell you on today is what you need to hear. I'm not here to, I need likes, I need looks. I don't need none of that. I need you to get some act right. Like I had to get some act right. See, God didn't, he didn't sugarcoat nothing with me. He showed me, literally, like nothing. Everything that he said was a sin is a sin, period. There's not, I'm going to be so nice to Shanidra. That's my daughter. I love her so much. I'm not going to show her everything that I see of her. I'm just going to show her, make her feel good. No. It made me feel terrible the way I have been acting in reality. And I knew I was acting wrong. I knew when I was flipping out. I knew all of this stuff was wrong. So we can't be in denial like, because God said, if any man say that they have never sinned, the truth does not lie in them. So therefore, if you act like you never did anything like, you're not like God. You're not of God. You're just fake it. You're faking it till you make it. And God said you're not going to make it up there faking it. So you can fake it all you want. You can fake be like, whatever you think you like. But you're not nothing other than what God has made you to be. So you can try to be whatever you think you want to be, but you can't be that. You can't change whom he made you to be. You can't change from being a female to a male, period. So nipping that in the bud because I'm for God. I'm not doing the things of this world. I don't condone the things that this world condones. I'm not that. I'm trying to get up there. I'm for my Father. So I'm not worried about what the world is going to say about Shanidra, or I cannot condone that stuff. And I'm not going to feed my kids with that stuff either because that's not what he told me to do. So I'm for God, literally. I don't just say this. I'm really for him. I can care less what the world, if the world is against me, or just because I'm not with the other crowd, I'm not judging anybody other than myself. I'm not worried about anybody else. I have to do what God has me to do, period. And what is right in God. If it's not right in God, it's not right to me. God said we can judge righteously, meaning what is right in him. And I'm still not judging. I'm just saying that you can't change anything that God has made you to be, period. You are who you are. I'm not going to call you any other thing than what you are, that God made you to be. I'm not going to lie to my children and tell them, no, you can be a girl. No, you can be what God told you that made you to be. He don't make any mistakes. Because then what are we saying to them about my Father? My Father does not make any mistakes. And I'm not going to sit here and act like, because even with that, you're kind of somewhat telling them that he made a mistake. Because they were supposed to be something. Because why would they feel? No, they feel like that because they're being perversed. They're being perverted by this perverse stuff that is on TV. That's it. Let's be in reality. So again, I'm not telling you nothing other than what he has me to tell you because I'm not worried about pleasing this world because I'm not trying to be an enemy to God. You can decide on today whom you're going to pray and obey. But I already know who I obey and who I pray to, and it's the Almighty, period. So with that being said, everybody knows that I have acquaintance that have a different side of the world that they are on. But they know that I don't condone any wrong. That goes for my children too, whom I love with all my heart. I don't condone any wrong, period. That's what it is and what it's going to be. So You can see it or you can't. You can look over reality. You can go over your head. You can be misled, and you can continue to lead people astray and not obey God. And you want to call him Lord, and he's going to say, you didn't do what I said. You didn't do that for my name's sake. You did that for your own name. So you are to blame. And when he put you into an open shame, which he talks about all of that. So if you wanted to go there, that's what you chose. Like he said in Leviticus, starting at the 14th chapter, what he's going to do to the disobedience, how he's going to discipline disobedient people. This is what he's going to do to you. And then he said, if you still haven't listened, read it. I don't want you to take Shanedra's word. That's why I'm telling you, Leviticus, the 26th chapter. We have read this in every last section. And it's time for you to read it for yourself. Leviticus, the 26th chapter, tells you when you are rewarded. And then on verse 14, it tells you what's going to happen when you are disobedient, what he's going to take from you. And then he said, if you still don't listen, if you still decide not to obey, then I'm going to do this to you too. Like he's breaking it down. That's why he said we're going to go up there with no excuses, because he broke it down. He told you what is right and wrong. He told you what he will reward you for. He told you what he will discipline you for. We discipline our children. We still love them. So I don't understand why they think that God cannot discipline his children, or that's not God. Oh, that's the devil messing with me. And the devil can't do nothing that God don't allow him to do, sweetheart. Did you know that? He can only do what God allows. He don't even have no authority, sweetheart. He can't even make you do nothing. He can just get into your mind and put little seeds in your head to hope that they plant and grow into your mind. That's it. That's all he did with Eve. Eve knew better. But, he is trying to plant that seed into her mind to make her think, no, you won't surely die. Surely you won't get in trouble. Surely you will. Read it. Look it up yourself. Keep living life, and you gonna realize, every time I do something wrong, you gonna feel something wrong. You gonna feel it. And you can be in denial of it all you want, but you're gonna feel this and you're gonna learn today. Like I told you, I got smart right, not because God was just letting me do whatever I wanted to do, because I had to do what I had to do in order for me to not continue to be in trouble. I had to realize, Shanidra, you're causing this. You're the blame. Oh, me. Not nobody else. You can point at everybody else. Oh, because it's them. And if they wouldn't have, if you wouldn't have, sweetheart, you're in control of you. Did you know that? You're not in control of nobody else but you. So you have to control you and your reaction to whatever they do. I had to change my reaction. God didn't stop people from cutting me off. God didn't stop all of that. He intensed it. I mean, he just, every other car was cutting me off. And I'm like, so I'm just going to back up. I had to change my reaction, because he's not going to stop it from happening. I thought God, when I prayed, he was going to be like, okay, let me make sure no cars get in front of her or whatever, because, I'm his child. I thought that's what he was going to do. But he didn't. I prayed in the middle of my prayer before I could finish praying. I almost snapped, because I'm like, they just cut me off. Lord, did you see this? Like, I'm praying to tell you that I'm not going to do this no more, and they're going to cut me off in front of you like this. And he wasn't looking at them. He was looking at me. Like, what you going to do? And you told me that you weren't going to flip out anymore. So I'm trying to see if this is what you're going to be. Now, you can either flip out, or you can do what you told me you was going to do. So it's up to you. You have to do it. He said faith without works is dead. So if you don't want to do what he said and you want to be led astray, that's on you. You don't have nobody else to blame but you. So you can look and point at everybody else, but it's going to be pointing all them fingers that you point, and it's going to be pointing right back to you. So if you can't see you and what is in front of you in that mirror, if you can't see what's in front of you, there's nothing I can do. Only God can help you, and he's right here. He said you keep looking everywhere but here. He's right here. So that's on you. If you don't want to have a clue and you want to continue to be a fool, that's on you. I can't have nothing. I'm supposed to have nothing to do with the food. I can't argue. I can't do anything but tell you what saved his name and that you have nobody else to blame. So, with that being said, we have Miss Deborah on today to help you get your finances right because we have to look what's in front of us.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, Miss Shanidra, and I am just so glad to be here again. And again, I want to thank Beyond the Cover for allowing me just to speak for a few minutes about some financial things and some things that are, happening, things that are going down. We are on our fourth pillar of financial wisdom. And so we want to get into that. But before we get into that, I just want to make sure that we are attuned to Juneteenth that's coming up. And with that said, we want to remember it's Freedom Day. But not only that, think about our ancestors and thinking of June 19th, almost 200 years ago or so. And they were, working hard in the fields and in the cotton fields and tobacco fields and whatever fields there were that they had to work in for their freedom. Well, they paid a price for their freedom, and we need to work to get our financial freedom in order as well. If they worked hard for us and in terms of us having financial freedom later on because of the hard work that they did with no pay, surely we can do something to honor their legacy that they left for us, a legacy of hard work, a legacy of obtaining financial freedom, if you will. Some of them did obtain financial freedom. Tulsa, Oklahoma isn't a prime example of that. Black Wall Street. We can think of others that have done so well, but we want to make sure that we're doing things in order in terms of our financial freedom and getting there. So our fourth pillar today is talking about the pillar of financially sowing and reaping. This is coming to you today from Deborah Porter, of course, DWP Consulting Group, and Destined with Purpose. So we want to make sure that if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. We'll definitely walk you through it. But our financial pillar number 4, a pillar of financially sowing and reaping. Remember, we're going to reap what we sow. If we sow good seeds, we're going to reap good seeds. I think of when I'm thinking about our ancestors plowing, and they didn't have all of the equipment that we have today to do acres and acres of fields of plowing and putting that seed in the ground. And once they put that seed in the ground, see the seed grow and then have to harvest the seed. They had to do it from start to finish and back-breaking work at that. So if we are sowing good seeds and we're planting good seeds, remember what the harvest is going to be. We're going to reap good seeds. And that's for anything. That's if we sow into our financial well-being. If we sow into that, we're going to reap some success from that. If we sow into friendships, we're going to reap friendships. Principle. That's a universal principle that God has said in his word in terms of sowing, reaping and sowing, or sowing and reaping. It is what it is. And we have to remember that. So keep in mind that fourth pillar, the pillar of sowing and reaping. If I can do that, if I can sow into somebody's life, then God will reap. I will reap the benefits. God will give that back to me. Not that I'm looking for it, but that's the principle. That's a universal principle that if we are sowing into somebody's life and sowing, don't you think that he's going to give us back? His word does not lie. He cannot lie. So that's a given, and that's a principle that we have to keep in mind. So we want to talk, just think about that. The next principle we'll talk about is the principle of patience, and a pillar of patience, and we'll get into that a little bit the next time that we talk. But I want to thank Shanidra and Beyond the Cover for this opportunity as always, and hopefully you're going to see all these pillars manifest into a small book. So it'll be coming to you real soon, but you'll be able to get more information about the 7 pillars of financial wisdom. So thank you once again, Ms. Shanidra.
Well, thank you. As she said, Juneteenth. I would definitely be there taking pictures, but you definitely want to be there in the celebration of freedom. As Miss Deborah said, there's a lot that we should be thankful for the sacrifices that they have made for us. And the least we can do is, continue to be blessed by a blessing that Miss Deborah is with, Destined with Purpose. Uh, she gives you all the financial literacy that you need. So if you want to get in touch with her and you need that financial literacy, she is available for you. Her Facebook is Deborah Porter, and you can also call her.
865-382-1710.
Yes. So this is part of helping you get freedom in your finances. I mean, I know we don't want to keep having, like she said, it balled up, and we don't have enough money to do what we want to do. She's trying to help you get that freedom to do the things that you need to do and that you want to do. So you definitely want to stay in touch with Ms. Deborah with Destined with Purpose. You also want to be at the Juneteenth events that are coming up this week and weekend and Monday. So thank you again, everyone, for attending this show. I'm going to let you go with how to watch it on Roku in the local channel.